So welcome to this SystemC Evolution Day. This is number 6, the second virtual one. And we are now, this time, meeting in the conference system set up for the DVCon Europe conference. This is the first time we try this setup. Last year we had it in a Teams meeting. So let's start this first session, which is welcome and introduction. And if you have questions or comments, I think you have the power to unmute. So either raise your hand or speak up. I have this slide not so much because I have a lot of Ericsson stuff, but because it's required and because we want, with this slide, I want to emphasize that this is an Accelera meeting. And what we will talk about is about SystemC, of course, but we will also talk about ideas and things that we think can be introduced in upcoming versions of the SystemC standards. So that's why we have this copyright for legal reasons. These are the organizers. It's myself from Ericsson, Mark from GreenSox, Martin from NXP, Christian from Cadence, Peter from Intel, Jerome from ST, and we have, last but not least, very good help from Lynn, representing Accelera, and Laura, who is also in the call, handling the conference system, which is from Conference Catalysts. Today we have this program with 2 blocks of presentations and Q&A. So I think we should think of each session here as presentation plus Q&A, and it will be so we want to encourage that we have a Q&A and that we discuss and that we come up with new ideas for SystemC standardization and for SystemC continuation and community work in general. We start with Stefan Tiberio Petra. He's an independent verification consultant. He will talk about fork and join. And fork and join is there in the SystemC standard, but Stefan will show us some proposal how it can be improved. And as you hear in the title, the idea is to have a fork join construct which is in the same style as you have in System Verilog and SpecMan E. At 10, we continue with Peter De Jago from Intel. He will talk about multi-core debugger integration. And this is a topic that Peter also talked about last year. So I envision that it will be a little bit of continuation of this work, but also an extension, because this year we have this suspend resume in the title. And that is an interesting topic, I think, because it's also being discussed in the SystemC working group for enabling easier coordination of different SystemC simulations in different processes or in different computers. To do that, one simulation needs to tell the other simulation that to suspend and resume. So this is then also connected to debugger integration, because debugger integration is also about controlling the simulation, how it proceeds. Then at 11, we have Martin Barnasconi from representing here Accelera, and Mark from GreenSox. They will talk about the SystemC community. And as I guess you know, there is a GitHub called Accelera Official, from which you can download SystemC. And you might wonder why there is a GitHub for SystemC, but perhaps not GitHub for all standards. And you might have also visited the forums. And today we also have a new site that has been brought up by a lot of hard work by Martin Barnasconi. It's the systemc.org that is being set alive again. So systemc.org is now functioning and the intention is to have it as a place for all things SystemC. Martin will continue at 12 with the traditional SystemC Evolution Day session, doing an update from what's happening in the Accelera working groups that are SystemC related. We have the half hour here for just general Q&A to pick up things that you have thought about during the before lunch session, and to have like a free discussion. Here we have a block which is sort of no planned content, but we call it virtual networking, and we encourage you, or we will handle it, I should say, in the system that we have side by side with the conference system, the hubs system, which is a virtual world where you can enter, where you can create your own avatar, and where you can speak and see other people and walk around and have a social interaction as if it was in holiday in Munich. At 1600 we have SystemC in hybrid simulations. That is then, I mean, we have this multi-simulation aspect here in Suspend Resume. Here we have more of a multi-kind of simulation aspect, or multi-domain aspect, that you will connect simulations that are implemented in different simulation technologies. So perhaps multi-standard simulation, you can call it. So it might be one physics simulation, or one automotive control simulation, and one EDA electronics simulation. And all of these simulations need to interact. And there is a group being formed by different companies to investigate how these different standards can be harmonized, and if there is a way to standardize how they should interact in simulators. Then we have OneSpin, Vlada Kalinic from OneSpin talking about HLS and its connection to the HLS, or the SystemC synthesis standards. So this is a report from OneSpin, how they view this HLS, and also how it relates to Accelera. Then we have a half an hour to wrap it all up. I move on. Special thanks to Cadence Siemens Synopsys for sponsoring this event and for helping us to make it happen. So the virtual conference, it's in this very Zoom meeting. I will now do like this because I want to click. Now you are in the Zoom meeting, and if you have registered for the conference, which I assume you have, you will find the Zoom meeting here. And as you can see here, there is one Zoom meeting for the whole day. So you need to remember one Zoom link. This is in contrast to the DVCon conference, where there were individual Zoom links for individual presentations. And inside this conference systems, the page we just visited, you can also see the agenda. Then we have as a system on the side, the social interaction system, so to speak. It's called Virtual Experience Rooms. You will find a link to it from here. So you can just click here and you can go there. And then you will enter this 3D world, and you can enter without doing anything. Then I guess you will have a default appearance, but you can be creative and also design your own appearance, what you want to look like. So you have all the freedom in the world to look like whomever you want with this avatar creation. And in there you can walk around and you can talk and you can see the other guys and you can have an interaction. Yes, that was the virtual conference. And the presentations, as I said before, you have the power to unmute and you can raise your hand. And I hope that we will see the hand being raised even if we are sharing the screen. And so it could be up, I think it would be up to, it shall be up to the speaker if the speaker wants to sort of do the presentation, which is more the classic style, and then do the Q&A afterwards. Perhaps the speaker wants to take a break in the middle and say, are there any questions up to this point? I think that's perfectly fine. So yeah, let's see how this goes for the different presentations. I'm confident it will go well. So presentations are already available here at systemc.org. And I know that you might have last-minute changes to your slides. So that's not a problem. You can just submit them again after we have finished the event today. So if you click here, you will come to this SystemC Evolution Day page at systemc.org, and already now these PDFs are available here. So coming back to the virtual networking, you click here, as I said before. If you want to read, you can also do this presentation here and see the tips and tricks for enjoying this virtual environment. Yes, that was my introduction.